Hi guys, this is going to be an informational video for language arts for Wednesday, March 31st and Thursday, April 1st. So if we scroll down in my Schoology page, we are going to be looking at week 28. You can see the informational video there for Monday and Tuesday. You can see the weekly overview. Wednesday, we are going to be revising for sentence fluency using Google Slides. And Thursday, we are going to be working on sentence or fragment, also Google Slides. So when we click on the Wednesday folder, you are going to see the revising for sentence fluency. Because it is a Google Slides, you will have to click on the My Document tab and then the Edit button. And it is going to look like this. It's the exact same format you guys have seen several times before with Google Slides. You're going to place your name right there. Slide 2 provides the instructions. We are going to be highlighting and typing in text boxes. If you accidentally delete a text box, there are instructions on that third bullet point. Slide 3 is the learning targets. These are the 2 phrases that you should be able to say at the end of this lesson. I can explain what writing fluency is in my own words, and I can use 4 different strategies to improve my sentence fluency. Moving on to slide 4, we have the beginning of our notes. You are going to highlight keywords and phrases throughout the notes slide. You do get points for that, so make sure that you are highlighting. On the left, we have bullet points for what fluent writing should be. And on the right, we have bullet points for what it is not. Moving on to slide 5. You can see that there is an example of fluent writing on the left and disfluent writing on the right. So it says read the examples and find the differences. Slide number 6 is more notes. It's talking about how our rough drafts tend to be more disfluent, where we're getting all of our ideas down on paper. And in order to make a really well-written final draft, we have to revise and make sure that our ideas are really clear and fluent. Slide 7 is going to show you the 4 different strategies to improve sentence fluency. So we have flip the sentence, use an appositive, combine 2 sentences, and pad the sentence. Again, you should be highlighting keywords and phrases here. Slide 8 is going to ask you to explain what writing fluency is in your own words. Slide 9 is going to give you notes on flipping the sentence, and it's going to tell you what it is, and then it's going to give you an example of it. Then slide 10 is going to have you practice flipping your own sentences. Slide 11 is the same thing. Slide 12 is going to talk about using an appositive. An appositive is just a phrase of describing words. And you can see that in this one, the appositive, she is a white Persian, is in a separate sentence. But in the revised version, we put it in the middle and set it off with commas. Slides 13 and 14 are going to have you revise by using an appositive. Slide 15 is going to talk about combining 2 sentences together using a fanboy. And you can see the 2 separate sentences and then how they combined it using the fanboy but. 16 and 17 are going to have you revise by combining. Slide 18 is going to show you how to pad the sentence or add a phrase that gives extra details. So you can see that they added the sentence to celebrate Aja's birthday. I went to the store and bought a cake, instead of just saying I went to the store and bought a cake. 19 and 20 is going to have you pad the sentence in order to revise it. And finally, slide 21, you are going to rate yourself on a scale of how well you understand the two different concepts. When you are done, you want to make sure that you submit this to me on Schoology in order to get a grade. So that is going to be our Wednesday activity. We're going to move back and open up our Thursday folder. And you're going to see that we have this sentence or fragment Google Slides. Again, you're going to have to click on the My Document tab and then the Edit button. And it's going to look like this. So you're going to type your name at the top, same instructions as before. You can read over your 2 learning targets, the 2 things that you should be able to do by the end of the lesson. Slide 4 is where we start with notes. It's going to tell you what a sentence is on the left and a fragment on the right. You should be highlighting keywords and phrases on this slide to get points. Slide 5 is going to have you drag and drop the text boxes under the correct heading. So which phrases belong under fragment and which belong under sentence. Slide 6 is going to ask you to explain the difference between a sentence and a fragment. Slides 7 and 8 are going to ask you to highlight the sentence. So you are highlighting the one that is a complete sentence. You are not highlighting the fragment. Slides 9 and 10 are going to have you type an S if it is a complete sentence and an F if it is a fragment. And then we are moving on to slide 11. It says revise the fragments so they are complete sentences. So you are going to have to figure out what is missing from this sentence and make it complete. So you could do something like, because his truck was at the repair shop, comma, he had to ride with a friend. 12, 13, 14, and 15 all look the same. You are revising the fragments and turning them into complete sentences. Slide 16 says read the passage and revise the fragments. There are 5. So you are going to locate the 5 fragments within the paragraphs, and you are simply going to edit them within the paragraph in order to make them a complete sentence. So you're just going to push on your cursor wherever it is that you need to add detail. And finally, on slide 17, you are going to rate yourself on the 2 learning targets, how well you feel like you know and understand the difference between a sentence and a fragment, and how well you understand how to revise fragments so that they are now complete sentences. Again, when you are completely done with this, you want to make sure to submit it to me on Schoology. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me via email. But that is going to be your activities for Wednesday, March 31st and Thursday, April 1st.